about this dog, and I was like, I bet you that when I say what's your pick, that somebody picks this Mohawk dog. He's my pick, and the next second I get the picture, and I'm like, he chose Mohawk Face.
Mohawk Face was the dog.
Dude, he didn't even make top 4.
Why not though?
I'm trying to find the picture of old Mohawk Face.
And what about that poodle that was that one?
Like permanent sweatbands on the dog's wrist.
No, but I wish you could see like his face. Like I wish the
Mohawk Face.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What dog? What dog was he?
I don't even know.
Mohawk
That was his
Face
name,
dog.
Mohawk
Watch.
Face?
No, that's
Oh.
what I named him.
That's right.
Okay.
But,
I'll find him.
so
dude.
that poodle, or it was a Pomeranian or something, was walking, and my new 4-year-old now. She just turned 4. KJ. She goes, Mom, he has a boo boo on his booty. And Bridget's like, that's where the poop comes out.
She had no idea.
No idea. No idea.
Oh,
Oh, then she thought it was hilarious.
Oh man, those dogs, man. Oh, I wish I could find stupid Mohawk Face. He was the worst. He was the worst looking dog. You know that their owner was like, he's got to stand out, and then the groomer was like, what if we, instead of putting a mohawk up here, make it the
His
whole
Whole
front? It was
face
just
from
this.
here back, and
It
then
was like,
down.
He was like aerodynamic. Like he looked like a motorcycle from Tron. Like
No, he looks like those kids with like the mullets that are shaved up the side right here and then just flat.
yes, it was the mullet of dogs, but on
The
their
front
face.
faced mullet. That's fluffy.
It was like my man Max Gosden's mullet, but on the face.
But Max got a like
Also-
killer flow though.
Yeah,
Like-
Max's looks good because it's actual
His
hair.
Max
This
has
was
an afro.
and on the front of
On the
his
front of
face.
his face.
That was this dog. It was, oh my god, dog show.
You know,
Oh
part of me,
wait, I think that's the dog.
that's him.
What is he?
What? And he's got little puff balls on the tips of his ears.
Yes, what is this dog?
Like, do you go to the
Oh my
groomer
God,
and
there's
say,
tons of
listen, I've got this concept. I want you to cut my dog's hair like this. And the groomer's like,
Like what do
For
you
real?
do? Dude, there's Mohawk Face. But what? Rigby, I think is his name.
Rigby's his name?
AK,
Does
AK
sound like a
Mohawk
Rigby.
Face. Mohawk Face. Look at this.
There he is.
Poor guy.
And he left like long hair on his feet.
He was born in 2008.
Okay,
2008.
so here's the thing. The poodles that were all just kind of like
Too much.
way too much. Like part of me feels bad for those dogs.
I
Like
know, I 100%.
here's the thing, like the dogs don't get to choose their haircut. They're looking there like I look flipping ridiculous.
And here's the thing, they're going
Like
to
I'm
dog-
sure like those poodles are smart too. They're smart dogs and they're like, why did somebody say
Why do I look
this
like
is
this?"
what I have to look like?
I want to know, like, this is why I'd be glad that dogs don't go to high school. Because could you imagine showing up as that poodle?
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's like, Mom made me get this haircut. And next
Yeah.
thing you know, you look like that. They look like they're super athletic, but then you look at them and you're like, what are you doing to your body?
Yeah.
And the groomer can't be proud of that.
No,
You
you look
can't-
at those dogs and you like make fun of them because so and so dog. It's like they're not the one that picked that haircut. It's the groomer's fault.
They're just,
It's
they're-
the owner's fault.
I feel like the owner's got to just put a dog into the show and be like, this is our dog, goes to the lake with us every weekend,
Yeah.
somewhat trained. I love it.
Right.
And that dog's gonna win one day. But now it's Mohawk Face and poodles,
Right.
which is terrible. I do like the working dog group.
I
It's like the
I
bigger
was
ones.
I didn't follow the rest of it.
They're like the
I
bigger
gave
ones
up.
that are like the mastiffs, like dogs that you look at and you're like, oh, I actually would enjoy to own
like
one of these
Beethoven,
dogs.
the one that had
Yes.
the beer barrel,
Yes.
like right there.
And you're like, I bet that dog is fun to hang out
Saint
with.
Bernard.
The rest of these, that poodle looks like I would put dog food in front of it and be like, absolutely not. You need to cut this up and feed it to me.
It's like I only take small portions of filet.
I bet that's what I wonder what these dogs eat.
Oh,
It's gotta be filet.
yeah. I mean, they can take their $20,000 grand prize and feed their dogs
For
a
2
week.
months. That's the thing, they make no money. That's probably why I wanna see a trainer go out there in a tracksuit and some nice Nikes and sprint around that puppy with their dog. Like, I mean, full speed, and then be like, that's the athletic dog. Instead, they do the like weird trot.
Why do they always wear black orthopedic shoes too?
They're terrible choice. Like you're not doing that much.
Does the dog show say this is the dress code for shoes?
Yeah, the shoe is go to the store, find the most uncomfortable shoe you can find. That's your pick.
Or maybe it's the most comfortable. They're just old person orthopedics.
Yes, it's like which loafer can you find sponsored by Skechers? That's all it is. That's all the dog show is. But the dog show is
Sponsored by Dr. Scholl's.
That's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. They're like, we have some sort of deal with Skechers or Dr. Scholl's, so then you gotta wear these terrible shoes. If Nike would sponsor the dog show.
You know what I'd be all in on seeing? The winner of the dog show getting up at the stand and then making a bold statement about, you know how much we win?
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Like,
my dog's going through all this and a $20,000 prize. You get all this
and
Thanksgiving Day and let the media blast them.
And then we would all just sit there like,
yeah.
Why are we here?
Oh my goodness, they would be so popular. They'd be all over the news.
It would be insane.
They'd be an overnight sensation.
That should happen.
Why don't they do it?
They'd be sponsored.
Oh, you know it.
They'd
They'd
be
be the Conor McGregor of dog shows.
In a millisecond, you'd be a villain.
Yeah.
But somebody has to play that villain in every sport. There's always like the heel, like the person.
Of course, and then they're hated the dog show the next year, but you can't show that you're partial. You'll never win again.
But they're a champ.
But yet you're former champion.
That champion locker room, they're in there.
That's right.
Every single
You're
year, you gotta
wearing
look
the
them.
green jacket.
Yep. You gotta look them in the face and be like, "You're the one."
Mm-hmm.
But then all your people around you, your competitors, are gonna be like, "Glad somebody said it."
You know who I didn't see this year? That guy figure skater that was always a little exuberant.
Oh yeah.
Do you know
I
what
don't
I'm talking
know.
about?
Yes, but I don't know what his name is.
I don't
Did you
either.
watch the whole parade?
In and out.
I watched like a little
It was
bit of
on
it.
in the back.
Yes. It was weird.
There's nobody in the crowds.
And they were singing to people.
They were waving at people
Yeah.
that just weren't there.
They were waving and I'm like, who?
The camera.
The male. There's like one.
It was
male
all
truck.
acting like the Santa Claus that came in. It was like, hey,
And you're
to empty sidewalks.
and you're like, what is happening?
I mean, it felt good. I mean, the production was good.
It looked like
It
a
looked
parade.
like, hey, I could get behind this, but big giant balloons going through empty New York streets, that had to be the weirdest thing.
I wonder if people live like on that street, like up in the things, and they're just looking down, like, what is happening? Just seeing the top of Snoopy. Because you don't actually see the parade if you're with.
You've got A-list musical artists on a stage performing their hit song to no one.
To not a single soul.
On camera.
It was weird. It was.
Now, I
makes
know
you
it's
think-
going out to a lot of people, but it's...
But it's weird. You can't be like ready to rumble. You can't be excited that you're like, I can't wait to perform.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're just on a weird float.
What planet are we on, man?
It's the weirdest thing in the world. All of us, I was thinking about it last night, I was like, it's been almost a year of like us kind of pandemic happening.
Yeah.
And it's just constant, like, you look around and you're like, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
So
But Jimmy
weird.
Fallon, the utter professional that he is,
Good old Jimmy Fallon.
I'm a big fan of Jimmy
I
Fallon.
love Jimmy Fallon. I think he's
I-
hilarious.
I think there's a lot that we can learn about his positivity all the time.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a super funny dude. He seems to get along with anyone.
Laughs at
No
himself.
matter who he interviews.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you best friends with that person too?
And how does he genuinely laugh all the time? Like, you kind of feel like it's a genuine, not like a chuckle.
He's not
for
just
show.
like giggling because he's the host.
Yeah.
He's a real. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
big Jimmy Fallon fan.
Big Jimmy.
What are your thoughts? Did you guys have turkey for Thanksgiving?
We did.
Or ham? Or both?
We had
You guys had a ton of turkeys. You guys had a few turkeys.
a couple.
We had one.
One.
How do you feel about just being able to like check and see if the turkey's done or not? Are you just like
If there's
are
one of
looking
those little
check-
things that pop, then yes. But you can't judge a turkey based on like the outside color.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like even the.
Well,
What does that
that-
tell us?
Well,
Does it tell us the internal temp? Is that what
it
it's going
says
on?
like, boop, done, cook 210.
To
Or
what's-
like it's safe. I don't know what it says. I've never.
That's
put
what
one of those
I don't
things
know what the thing is. I mean, obviously it's your dry turkey's ready. But I feel like I've used that. Everyone uses that, and then everyone says turkey's dry. So maybe we need that thing to just be less.
Well, maybe they don't inject their turkeys.
That's probably true. The one we had was not injected,
Right.
and if it was injected with sand, because it was the driest.
Hey, I'm all about the smoker now. I would have put one on.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're
I
a
didn't.
smoker guy.
They
now.
didn't ask me to cook the turkey.
They should have. It's nerve wracking because it's a gigantic piece of meat.
And it's the centerpiece
And
for the meal.
And it's
Everybody's judging the turkey.
the only thing that actually matters. And you pull it off smoker and you're like, I don't know if I did this right.
Right.
But I'm gonna have a couple different trial runs at this turkey before Christmas.
Oh, you're gonna.
I'm gonna smoke one
Smoke
for
a
Christmas
turkey
for
for
sure.
Christmas?
Absolutely. But
Okay.
then I'm gonna smoke one in like a week and a half as a test run.
Just a small.
Yes. Because I gotta figure
Your
out.
family's gonna have a lot of turkey from Thanksgiving to Christmas,
Yeah, I'm just gonna like eat some of it
and then like give it away
because I
to a food bank.
give it to anybody. I
Here's
don't
a
eat-
smoked turkey.
how do you feel about leftovers?
Um,
Leftover turkey.
I love Thanksgiving leftovers.
For how many days?
That's the thing. Like I can, like 3 leftover meals or 4 max. Like I actually had like my 4th leftover plate the other day, and I looked at Bridget and I was like, I know we've got lots of this left. I just don't know that I can eat this again.
I can't do it anymore. I'm good with. I obviously eat the turkey for like the lunch-ish dinner type thing, and then you eat like a dinner later,
Right.
and it can be the same thing. You just throw it on there again. That's my first leftover, and then I can do lunch again the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
I have this
Once
theory.
the macaroni runs out,
It doesn't tie together anymore.
then I'm like, what is this? We made deviled eggs. I made them for the first time. My
You
mom-
made them?
Yeah, my mom usually makes them. And I found out I know my mom doesn't like mustard. So my mom's never put mustard in deviled eggs. And apparently that's an ingredient
Oh, yeah.
in deviled eggs. I had no idea. So I made them and we just looked up a recipe and Brandy was putting she put garlic powder, she started putting garlic salt in there, she put
Wow.
sriracha salt. I was like, what is happening? This is gonna be disgusting. I could have eaten 100 of them.
Really?
Incredible. We cracked the code on deviled eggs.
The problem with deviled eggs, like you've got hard boiled first, right?
Yes.
I'm not very good at getting the shell off of a hard boiled egg.
Neither is Brandy.
Like they look all mangled by the
Brandy
time.
was basically destroying an egg.
Yes.
Although to be fair, I rolled one and I just split the puppy in half.
Right.
Like, it was just this way.
There is a technique
Yeah.
to it.
It's the right pressure. If it's too much pressure,
Yeah.
crack the egg in half. Not enough pressure, you're there just next thing you know you've just destroyed an egg. And it looks terrible
Right.
on your plate.
Yeah.
Which whatever. I put
Well,
mine on the list.
I've done them before, and I just remember like being an hour picking little pieces of shell.
Apparently
off.
there's some sort of ingredient you can add.
Yeah, there's
It's
gotta
like
be.
salt or
That, like,
oil or
pulls it
something,
off?
and like I saw it on I don't know Facebook or something,
I need to look that up.
and it was like
this is
I
not
mean they
worth it.
just pulled it. It's got to be something, and they just pulled the shell right off like it was almost like a balloon. That's got to be a thing.
But when you're spending hours doing that, and all of a sudden you get one that like pulls all the end cap off, it's like it's so
I
satisfying.
mean, there's something about that when you can get that little. Okay, here we go. What to add to hard-boiled eggs to peel easier? There's got to be something in it. Easy. Add salt and vinegar. Okay.
Okay.
Salt permeates the shell a little bit, and the vinegar helps to break down the shell. And you just peel those things off.
Right off. Okay. Well, that's the trick. Next time we'll make hard boiled eggs.
I'm gonna have to try it. I am a big fan of deviled eggs. People hate it though.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I
Adds a
even
little
put
bit of-
put a Facebook poll.
Yeah.
And 65% of people said yes.
What you need is a hard boiled egg and a little baby gherkin pickle. Right on top.
Just the tiniest.
Little tiny baby gherkin.
I am a big fan of just slight crunch from a pickle.
Yeah.
Little crunch.
Little crunch.
But I think people hate pickles too. And then there's those weird people who will eat like a million pickles. Like they love pickles.
Yeah. I
It's too
saw
much.
you love pickles, Maddie.
I can't stand the sweet, like the
The
sweet.
little bread and butter pickle?
I cannot.
Okay, that's fair.
Can't.
They're different.
Nasty.
They're different. They're weird.
Oh, at the Nukes?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Crush
yeah.
those bread and
Dude,
butter
no.
pickles.
Yeah, 100 of them.
Love those.
They're great.
I saw a Facebook video one time of like pickle lover, whatever, and they had a deli sandwich that was made. The bun was a giant.
Dude, I saw
pickle.
it today.
You saw it today?
This morning. They cut the seed out,
It's too much for me.
and then they literally cut it in half, and they're like, here it is, pickle bun. That I feel like that would be like, oh, this is crisp, like it tastes good, like it's just added pickle, and then you're like, my hands are destroyed, and I'm gonna smell like pickles for the rest of my life.
Forget about it if you got a cut on your hand.
Oh, I can't eat this. Someone feed it to me. There's no way. That should be some sort of torture. You have to eat these sandwiches.
How big of a pickle do you have to have to make it the size of a hoagie roll?
That's what I'm saying. These people are like,
How do you get a cucumber swollen?
I want to know who was like, I like bread, but the thing I like more is pickle bread. Let's make these pickles into sub rolls.
Some people are
And then
all
it's
about
a
it.
business. Like,
They go to the restaurant or like the gas station and buy just
disgusting.
giant,
You don't do that, do you?
No.
like you know, like
the
those
bags
wrapped,
of them?
wrapped pickles. You
And you just go,
open it.
and then you just hammer a pickle.
No. That's
I was
not
like, you're
okay.
saying, no, it's not what you need to get at the gas station.
I'm
Get
out. If
any-
this is an in or out, I'm out on that.
Get any
Yeah.
other
Like pickles,
gas
out.
station pickles. Don't do that.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I've never bought one.
Don't.
I.
There's some things.
There's
that
some
it's
that
like,
are like spicy and hot pickles.
no, don't eat that.
No.
There's some things
Never
that's
had it.
like
I don't know.
I need to give this a shot. Like pineapple on pizza is like I'll give it a shot. See if
I
it's good.
love pineapple pizza.
So does Pascal. Big fan.
Yes.
So
That's where it's at.
I tried pineapple and ham on pizza, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Like this is I can eat this. I can dig this, but I never tried it. Some things you gotta go try, but others it's like I don't need to try this. Now,
in
Packaged
honor of
pickles.
Backpack Buddy cereal collection
yes,
week.
yes,
By the way, bring in your cereal boxes. Okay,
we should
you
let
know,
someone be a guest on our podcast. So they bring in.
They have to bring in this. They have to
We'll
bring
give
in
it-
how
we'll
many
do a
cereal
raffle.
boxes?
One. I mean, it's 5, and then they can enter into a raffle,
If you bring in
and
10
then we'll
cereal
draw,
boxes,
and then we'll draw a name.
Okay. All right.
How do you feel?
Well, we gotta lessen the pool of
Sure.
people.
10.
So like
10.
10 cereal boxes.
You bring
then
in
might
10
get like
cereal
5
boxes.
people.
10 cereal boxes. We'll enter you into a raffle. You could be a guest on our show.
I'm down.
And what will we do?
I'll allow it.
We'll figure something out.
Right, Hasten? I'll allow
We'll figure something out today. Something fun.
it.
I do like backpack buddies. Anyways. keep
Okay,
going.
in honor of cereal collection week,
Yes.
what is your sleeper cereal? I mean, when I say sleeper, it's like people sleep on. Like
Yeah,
it's
people-
good, but it's not your premier.
Yeah. I would say
Cereal.
your premier ones are going to be Captain Crunch, Fruity
Okay.
Pebbles.
It's the ones that
Cookie
you go
Crisp.
to a
Yeah.
hotel
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
have them
yeah,
out
Yeah, they're there.
on the bar. You
They're
know,
there.
it's your Captain Crunches, it's your cinnamon toast crunches.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is nice.
Those are good.
The one that I will eat with or without milk, mainly without, is Golden Grams. The
My
little,
wife's favorite.
yes, big
Golden
fan.
Grams.
As a sleeper cereal.
Right.
People don't love it. They're like, it's whatever.
Well, no, wait.
Not a fan.
I say that's her favorite. It might be Pops. She likes
Pops is good too
She
now.
likes Pops.
Pops is good, but Pops, I have to get over the fact that I'm basically just eating corn and milk.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
true.
that's gross.
That's true.
Which grosses me out.
That's true. We talked about mine.
Yes.
Mine's the Raisin Bran Crunch.
A lot of students
A lot of people
all in
like
on
they hear
Raisin.
Raisin Bran, they're out. Add some crunch to it. I'm a fan of raisins.
Or-
People are out on raisins. I don't
like
know
raisins,
why.
yeah.
I mean, like an oatmeal raisin cookie. I'm all about it.
Oatmeal raisin cookie is the elite cookie.
No.
Thank you.
It is
It's
the
too
best
grainy.
cookie.
It's too grainy.
Too grainy.
Because the oatmeal in it.
What kind of sand cookies
It's
are you
like-
eating?
Is it the sugar that's too much of the grain?
It's the oatmeal. It's like, it's too.
You don't like the texture of the oatmeal in the cookie.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Now I will say if I've got a glass of milk and I've got a warm cookie, it's not oatmeal.
It's
raisin.
chocolate chip.
It's chocolate
A
chunk.
1000%. Yeah. There's something about how many. So if I make cookies today,
It's Chick-fil-A
Yes.
chocolate chunk with oatmeal chunk. They got
Yes,
oatmeal in it.
dude. Yeah, they're nice.
It is.
If
so
I
good.
made cookies today and I brought them to you tomorrow, how many could you eat?
Of what
Would you
kind
eat
and how
like
big?
just chocolate chip, just normal? You eating like one or two? Because if I've got them cold like that, like day after,
Right.
I'm eating maybe two.
Yeah, I mean that would.
But if they're warm
Mhm.
and I've got milk and I see them on the cooling rack,
Yeah.
all of them.
Like you're watching TV and you got a glass of milk and that you pull them out of the on the
Yep.
baking sheet.
They go on the cooling rack
Mm.
because otherwise it'll fall in your milk. And you just, 5 seconds on that
Like,
cooling rack. Just
like
a
we'll
smidge.
pull them off and put them on a plate.
Yep.
And like we're fighting over them. It's
And there's something about that warm chocolate chip cookie.
Mm.
Would you eat a warm chocolate chip cookie with ice cream on it or a warm brownie with ice cream?
brownie.
Brownie with ice cream.
Brownie.
Same. I think brownie with ice
Yeah.
cream is probably my favorite, like just simple
Love it.
dessert.
I love it. I love it. You know what cookie I do like? I like Heath cookies.
Ooh.
I like Heath bars and stuff like that, so I'm sure I would. I'm
Yeah,
sure I
it's
would
got a
like
little
Heath
bit of
cookie.
that crunch
The
and
toffee
chewiness,
crunch,
the
yeah.
toffee.
Oh, I bet I'd be in. I'm a
Yes.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
I'll make a series of cookies for y'all, and I'll bring them in, and I'll let y'all try them.
Oh, that's dangerous.
We could review one to our favorites.
Yeah.
Right now. That's what the person who wins the cereal thing. You can help us judge the cookie. We need to see who do you think would make the best cookies in school?
Tommy.
What?
Tommy.
Stell?
Stell?
I've heard that his cookies
It's
slap.
not this.
What?
Tommy Stell.
Where did you hear this from? Did Tommy brag about his own cookies?
Did
or
Tommy
did you
say,
hear-
"Hey, Maddie, my cookies are great"?
Well, I talked like with his sister. So,
Okay.
Like I talked to like her
Oh, okay.
sister,
Okay.
and I've heard from like a bunch of different people. His
Now, Ashley, I believe.
Yeah.
So if Ashley's bragging about
All right.
Mr. Stell's cookies.
So, Mr. Stell, if you watch this, which I'm almost positive you don't, if you are watching this episode, we would like to know if your cookies are good, and then we would like to taste them.
will you bring those in for review?
Because we'll give it a review. We will.
Honestly, an honest review.
We've done donuts. I feel like we're almost experts.
We are. I think we could go into a taste testing business. I feel like if you bring your stuff in, we could generate sales.
I think we could,
Yeah.
but just be ready, because if they're below
If
average,
we're
that's
out,
what
then your business is
you're
going.
getting a below average. By the way, one of your students, when you did your Thanksgiving side dish thing, said corn pudding, and I didn't think it was a thing,
Oh, it's a thing.
and I was like, that's not real. So I told Brandy about it. I was like, Brandy, I want to try this like cornbread pudding type whatever thing. She's gonna make it for Christmas.
Cornbread pudding?
It's like corn pudding, which supposedly is like souffle of some sort. I think is what she was looking
It's
for.
not really a souffle. I don't know how to describe
What's
it.
the-
Let's look it up. Corn pudding. Yeah, it's kind of like it looks like a casserole sort of.
Yes. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay,
It's
Brandy wants to try and make it.
it's like a role player.
It's there.
It's a role player
It's
for
on the
Thanksgiving.
plate.
Like it adds a different element.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be your all-star.
Above or below green bean casserole?
Well, green bean casserole to me is another role player. Some people are like, that's all I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But
I would say, green bean casserole is something serious, but it's definitely like there's your turkey, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese.
yeah, but they play. It's like you got to have your shortstop.
Yes, you gotta
know,
have.
You
some
got to have your
position.
first baseman.
Sure.
Like they're necessary. But like you
They're just
can't
different.
you can't judge the team based on that position.
Sure. I'm in.
Is that
I'm
fair?
gonna try some corn pudding.
Yeah, I would.
I feel like we're gonna make it, and I'm gonna be like, that's so gross.
So my leftovers, like what we had leftovers, we had a pan of green bean casserole and a pan of dressing. And like I had to make those two, elevate those two. And so we grabbed a rotisserie chicken from the store just to kind of we
Give
could
it some
eat
sort
it,
of protein.
get
Yeah.
some sort of protein that like tasted like turkey almost.
Something that's not casserole and stuff.
Right.
I'm out on stuffing / dressing, whatever. Like it's fine.
Oh, you're gonna make some enemies on this call.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's soggy bread.
Yeah, it's not.
Stop selling it. It's soggy
Oh,
bread.
man.
People love it.
Yes, I
It's
will
fine.
say.
It's
I will say
soggy
there's
bread.
you can make it so different. Like you can have your cornbread
Oh,
type.
that's what I'm saying. I'm sure that there are types of it that I would love, and they're great. But at the end of the day, stop trying to tell me that your favorite side is soggy.
Okay, so I have this theory.
Okay.
Why? All right. This the question I was pondering is this: why don't we eat Thanksgiving foods throughout the year? And it's just in Thanksgiving season.
Because they're not that good. They're only good now.
That's a hot take.
Like
I think they're good.
they are good, but if I got home from the facility one night and Brandy was like, hey, I made turkey and macaroni and mashed potatoes and green bean casserole and sweet potato, I'd be
I'd
like,
be
what
like-
are we doing?
I'm like, I'm gonna remarry you.
Yeah, I love all of this.
And yes.
How do I make only like maybe it's because you can't make a portion of 4.
Right. Okay, so it's hard to make that.
You're making
big
a
of
portion
meal.
of 39. That's it. So maybe that's it. And I think it's because people like, it's hard to say, let's make stuffing on the side of burgers. Like, I feel like because you have mashed potatoes throughout the
Do
year.
you feel like it's
Macaroni and
just
cheese throughout the year.
so tight cast into these things fit into
Yes.
one meal and you gotta make so much for one meal?
Yep.
My philosophy is that you go all in, Thanksgiving's so delicious, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And then you eat leftovers for a week.
And you hate
And you're like,
For
I
11
cannot
months.
stand this food anymore. And it takes a calendar
Yep.
year before you're like,
Well,
I'm
you gotta
craving
think,
this.
Halloween hits and you're like,
It's getting colder.
mashed potatoes.
That sounds good. That's my philosophy.
I-
Is that you get
I don't
burnt
think you're
out
wrong.
and then you refresh your body cycle one calendar year.
What do
and
you
you're
do
ready
for
again.
Christmas? Protein.
food?
Yeah, do you guys do like turkey?
I think
ham?
ham is more of like a Christmas.
Yeah,
type
people
thing.
are in on the Christmas ham. I thought about trying to get a honey baked ham and smoke it, like
Oh,
to
yeah.
make my own. I feel like the second I mess that bad boy up, it's gonna be
We
great.
don't, I mean, in our family, we don't really eat ham all that much.
No, we don't. We don't even. We never. eat
Yeah. I mean, we probably should a little
it.
bit
I think
more.
you should petition and say, Bridget, smoking a turkey for Christmas.
should be all about it.
Take a shot at it.
So I went through like half a bag of wood pellets doing my Boston, but
Half a bag is in what? 20 pounds?
yeah, like 18-pound bag or whatever. I don't know if I did it right or wrong.
You just pour the whole thing in.
The whole
In
bag.
your hopper.
My hopper's not that big.
Your hopper's 20 pounds, right?
No,
9.
I don't know.
If your bag was 40, or was it 20?
That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for
Okay,
you.
so I buy the 40-pound bag and I have a 40-pound hopper.
I feel like I went through.
Or no,
way
I have a
more
20.
wood
I have a
pellet.
20-pound bag and I have a 20-pound hopper. So I just and then I'm good.
I think my bag was like $18 for the bag.
Yeah.
But I went through like half of it in fuel for my smoker.
That's okay.
That's about right.
For running it at whatever, it depends what temperature you're running
I
at.
was running around 225.
Yeah. So you're gonna run through probably half of
10
that.
or not,
Yeah.
10 hours.
So you got to think. So if you do wings or ribs or whatever, it's gonna be shorter and you're not gonna run through nearly that much.
Right.
But if you're doing a longer smoke like that, you're gonna run through a lot more.
Okay.
So
Smoking tips for the podcast.
yes, I smoked Oreos and wrapped them in bacon.
Ew.
Dude, it was a trend. I saw it on Facebook
Stop.
or something. It's
Are you
not bad.
serious?
It was nice. Look, Oreo, okay,
Sweet. That's sweet and salty. I get it.
bacon with barbecue rub. So like I use
Okay.
Meat Church's The Gospel, and you put it on. You put the Meat Church. They have it's called The Gospel. It's their first one. Put it on the smoker and let it rock for like 45 minutes.
I've heard of deep fried Oreos. I've never heard of smoked Oreos.
They're not bad. They're fine. They were good.
Okay, so I've got an in or
I ate
out.
like 6.
I've got an in or out for you.
Okay.
Are you in or out on bacon wrapped anything?
Yeah. Oh wait, like anything that's wrapped in bacon, I'll eat.
No, like, do you like wrapping things in bacon?
Yeah, it depends. I like wrapping venison backstrap in bacon. You cut it.
Okay.
You cut it in like chunks almost. Wrap it in bacon.
Yeah.
Grill it. Or
See people
jalapeno poppers.
fillets or
Yeah. But here's my thing. I do that for venison backstrap and it's good. But if you get a fillet and you wrap it in bacon, that's fine. But just be better at making steaks.
right.
You don't need to wrap it in bacon. Just be better at it.
I have never eaten a bacon wrapped anything that I'm like.
Yeah, like
that's it.
I'm fine without it. I like the venison with it because it holds it and
Now
venison's
I will
always
say
good.
like if you wrap something in bacon and then maybe deep fry it, that might
Good
be that might be the move.
Here's your bacon wrapped Oreos. Like they're a thing.
Yeah, I mean, people put bacon on everything, but
See what I've learned.
I would not.
They're
I,
on.
I would, in my brain, I can't do it.
In your brain? No.
My brain says,
But I'll wrap jalapeno poppers in
No.
bacon.
yes. And I feel like if I was to wrap like a jalapeno poppers, I'd be in on that.
I want.
But I like my bacon cooked and crispy.
Yes.
Like, I feel like when it's a round steak, it's always chewy.
So that I'm with you. That's why I think with the Oreo it's fine. 'Cause it's so thin that I could make it crispy still.
Yeah.
My meal that I want to make is a venison heart jalapeno popper. I'm gonna cut it into thin strips. I'm gonna put it on the jalapeno, cheese, wrap it in bacon, put it on the smoker. It's the only reason I want to shoot a deer. Or roasted duck and do the same thing.
I'm not out on that.
Venison heart is incredible.
I'm thinking that our podcast or videocast listeners are going to be like, it's hard.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure that's a controversial take, but for me,
I think it's
I've
had venison heart
excited
once.
about that.
I've had venison heart once. I've shot one and prepped it as like a steak. It was nice. It tastes great. So I think if you can, it's gonna be good. Now we just have to shoot deer. Anyways, we have 2 minutes of class.
2 minutes of class?
Well,
All right,
6
so
minutes of class.
okay. Last question before we get off the podcast. What's the Lord teaching you right now?
So I've been doing Solid Joys devotional, which is John Piper's Advent thing. And yesterday I played it for my class, but yesterday he hit home on a couple points that I'm trying to take into Advent. Number one is that you can't have Christmas without a need for a Savior. A lot of times I just look at Christmas and I'm like, Jesus is here, praise God for him. But ultimately it's like because I need a Savior. So I need to focus on that. And then another one was, another one of his encouragements that is trying to be in our home is if you're not excited about Christ, neither will your children be.
Oh,
So like if I make it about material things at all,
Yeah.
then why would my children want anything else?
Right.
And so I'm trying to do a really good job of how do I point my children towards Jesus in a time of a pandemic and all the things, and
that's good work.
also focus on the hope of like the coming Messiah for my kids.
Yeah. So I feel like the Lord is speaking to my heart right now about relationships. It's just really, I just mulling it over my brain. The Lord just keeps reminding me of it. And the big thought for me is that our life is to be spent giving our lives for others.
Yeah.
And caring for others, loving others. And I'm so prone to get caught up doing my stuff and my family, and I get so internal, and I hang out with and invest around the people that I'm comfortable with. But maybe in my agenda and my calendar plan, I need to schedule time to build relationships, even with people that aren't in the faith or the lost people. I don't know, just giving my life sacrificially and not just living it selfishly.
That makes sense. That's good.
What the Lord's teaching me right now. So anyway, go out there, live for others, love Jesus, serve him well, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.